Hello, this is ASMRVibes, and today we are going to start what is hopefully a series in City Skylines. So let's go ahead and start a new game. Let's see here. I think I'll go with something a little more interesting. I'm by no means an expert at this game. Very much a novice, still kind of learning the ropes. Hopefully that's a easy one to start with. Okay. That all works. Alright. Long loading times on the PS4. Okay. Let's see. Sorry about that. Looks like we have a beautiful lake here, or a river. Yeah. Now I know the beginning of this game is very difficult, because I have played it quite a bit before, and have only successfully gotten through the beginning of the game maybe 3 or 4 times. So I know that we need to connect this, so let's go ahead and do that now. Turn down the volume here a little bit for you. There we go. Let's see here. Alright, so for anyone that hasn't played this before, you have your residential, your commercial, and your industrial. And you can see that I'm already losing $2 as we go about. So this game, as I mentioned, is pretty difficult in the very beginning. Citizens are already upset with me, and no one lives here. There we go. Alright. I know we can speed it up, but I'd rather wait this out. Now, I'd like to know if this is a terrible idea to have houses right outside an interstate. That I'm not too sure of. When I last played this, the only way I seemed to be successful was by using a wind turbine instead of a power plant. But the issue with that is I do not see any hills here. Oh, that's actually not bad. Let's see if we can get a wind turbine up here. That'll work. Okay. So that's going to give us power. Just need to run the electricity tower here. There we go. And looks like their business is booming here. Let's see if I can maybe bring in some commercial zones as well. I know from my past experience, all these intersections seem to really create some pretty bad traffic in the cities once they start getting heavily populated. But I also always seem to run out of money very early in the game if I don't build this way. Maybe we'll try and put some gravel roads up here. Never done that before. Dirt ramp here. Let's see, that's 300. And this is about, oh yeah, quite a bit more expensive. Okay. Oh. Looks like water is needed, so we're going to go ahead and take care of that. Put a water tower here in this vegetation, sparse vegetation. Okay. Let's try and experiment here with some more of these cheaper dirt roads. Okay. Get some more houses here. Then we're going to bring in some factories, probably a little too close to the city there, to the bustling city, but that's okay. There we go. We've got the tower here supplying the power. Let's see where we're at. So plenty of juice. Oh boy. See if I can fix that. I think they need a water drain pipe. So we're going to run onto that lake. Get that taken care of. Too bad we have to put this on the lake here, but what we can do is run it as far away from, or as downstream as possible. That should fix our issue. Okay. There we go. It looks like, I don't know why, but that water tower needs power. So we're gonna go ahead and get that taken care of. Alright. They need power. Oh, they need power too. This is gonna be a long journey here. Let's go ahead and start the process. Maybe building it so far away wasn't the best idea, but unfortunately we didn't have a means to another water source nearby. Well, let's see what this is. It's like an old derelict bridge here. Alright. There's a small issue as well. Looks like everyone can get in, but no one can leave the town. Oh, let's see if we can save this building. There we go. And we're gonna build this dirt road out. Oh, looks like we might need to get rid of that. Okay. As you can see, we're losing money pretty fast, but luckily we still have a pretty good source of income left here. So we're gonna have to build some more factories. That should be enough. Looks like we need to get some more water out. There we go. Oh, looks like running into a power issue, and this can be the issue with building these wind turbines is, oh, look at that, they actually should have power, but we're just a little short. Let's bring that in. We'll just have to bring it right here. There we go, that should fix that issue. See what's going on here in the city. See if we might be able to find a resident here on Cypress Street. This is sort of a barren ghost town right now. So that's kind of neat. And rename the road. Rather like Cypress Street. I think we'll keep that for now. Looks like these dirt roads don't really... Oh, they do get a name. There you go. Definitely hear some hustle and bustle. Just can't seem to find any residents yet. Got some factories going up. We have garments. More garments. And goods unlimited. We're gonna have to change this. Slight error there. There we go. Alright. Well, still losing plenty of money, but looks like things are starting to get better. Have some cars here being dropped off. Crescent residence. See where this guy's headed. Oh, oh, there you go. Looks like you're going back to the house there. Okay, let's try and... Looks like we have a greater demand. If you see in the bottom right there, you will notice that green, blue, and orange. Looks like we have a higher demand for more residents that want to come into our small town. So let's go ahead and get them a way to move in. Alright, let's always need to make sure you bring that water pipe over. There we go. Alright, looks like more people coming home from work. Got Ashley and Harvey here with the family. Alright. Everything looks good so far. Off in the distance, looks like you can see a much larger city. Let's see if we can zoom out a little bit. Don't believe it'll let us go over there, but maybe just the lights from the highway and a few billboards, though. That's what that could be. Got the moon in the distance. Looks like some more highway lights. Alright, let's check out the city here. Looks like we have some more real estate development happening. Expand out a little. Ooh, looks like we lost the house in that process. That's okay. Hopefully they rebuild. We use the eminent domain clause. There we go. Alright. Maybe we'll try and create two parallel roads here. That way we don't create another intersection. Okay. We have a few commercial buildings. Have this small store, or a rather large store, I suppose. A few station wagons seem to be or jeeps rather. A quiet corner shop. This almost looks like be like an IHOP. Oh, and there you go. Looks like pancakes are their main source of food there, so that is very much an IHOP. Or a neighborhood shop. I think we need to rename this to the Pancake House. So Pancake House. There we go. Look, that demand for more houses is getting pretty high, as you can see by the bottom right there. Like a new building. Hate to live on a dirt road, but it is quite a bit cheaper than the normal paved roads. Katie Jackson has a scooter. Can't blame her in this very, very small town. One of those classic Jeeps pulling in, or SUV. Yeah, wrong again. Let's see where he's headed. He's headed to that building there. No. Maybe he's just casing the joint here. Making his escape. Oh, there we are. Getting off here at the box factory. Ready to... well, make some boxes, I suppose. That would be the major thing there. And looks like we're starting to get some industry come in. Dropping off some raw materials. An ore truck. And another ore truck. This seems to be pulling right into Ready to Wear Limited. He's parking in the ice cube factory. Don't know what the ice cube factory could be needing ore for, but sure enough. Oh, looks like we have a shortage on workers as well. Let's see if more people are starting to move in. Looks like we have a quaint little home here. I don't think I could have picked a better name for that home. Looks like the Liliac residence has a shortage on water, so let's go ahead and fix that problem right now. Alright. And as you see there, we have more than enough water for the city and more than enough sewage management to take care of that as well. And if you look at our cash flow there, we are finally in the green, so maybe not as hard as I remember to get out of the negatives. I think the mistake I've made before in this game is maybe building a little too quickly. And I do know that building that wind turbine early seems to help quite a bit. If we look here at the, I'm getting a little lost here. Let's follow the power lines here. What you can see here is the upkeep is quite a bit cheaper, where you end up maybe running the risk with these turbines is in low winds or having to build a multiple amount of them. That's when the payoff to switch the coal seems to be the benefit. Alright, well, let's go ahead and build some more houses here. Maybe we'll set this to be another storefront. Okay. Let's continue the dirt road trend here for now. We might come revisit this and upgrade these roads, but while this town is still small, we're going to go ahead and do this. There we go. Looks like if we stop there, now we're losing a little bit of land here, but that's okay. And we're going to bring or allow for some more residencies. Be curious to see what happens if we maybe a small house can be built on these smaller patches. There we go. Looks like there's a lot more need for commercial right now. You see that blue in the bottom right? I'd say the commercial stores deserve a normal paved road as well, so we'll go ahead and take care of that. Okay. I'd be curious. Let's see here if we can check our policies. See if there's anything we can edit here. I don't think so. Because a lot of these policies, you'll see there at the top, you need to have a specific population. You need to reach a milestone in order to be able to edit these and change these. But there's one here that I rather like, and I haven't really taken advantage of it. Right here. I'd be curious to know if this forces the trucks that we saw on the road there a little while ago that are dropping off all the goods. If it forces them maybe on another road specifically for industry. That could really help the town. Looks like right now they're leaving, and I think maybe to help out with traffic, that's one of the struggles in this game, is dealing with all of the cars that end up coming on the road. So I think a good way to remedy that, and we can't necessarily tell them to take this route. But what if they were to, instead of taking that dirt road and going through town, what if they were to go out of town this way? Let's see if that works when they come back in. Let's see if they end up going here. And then instead of turning around, instead, they can keep going right on through to Phillips Street. From Phillips to... oh, it's just still Phillips Street. Okay, good. And then they'll turn right onto Phillips Road. Very... oh, we're gonna have to change that, make that a little bit more creative here. We will call this... we will call this Kemp Road. Let's go ahead and... oops. Let's fix that. Kemp. Kemp. Kemp Road. Okay, perfect. That way it's a little easier to discern between the two. Alright, let's see where things are going here. We still have a shortage on some workers here. Which facility is this here? The Ice Cube Factory. Looks like they need some more workers. Luckily, they need more uneducated workers because that is what the town of Westdale is built on. And it looks like there's still a need for commercial buildings, so we're going to place another plot there, and maybe we'll go ahead and place one here as well. Now, what I don't know, what I'd like to know is if having commercial residence next to a normal green residence, if that has an effect on their quality of life here. I don't think it matters. I don't see any complaints anyways. But I'd be curious to know. Alright. And we'll go ahead and place more houses. As you can see, the demand is starting to crop up. Alright, everything's going pretty well so far, I'd say. We're making money officially, and let's actually see if we can maybe make a little bit more money. Should be, oh, looks like we're unable to change the taxes just yet, so we'll have to wait for that. Looks like we have a new building here that opened up. This is another general store, but this looks more like I'd say a karaoke lounge, so we're gonna go ahead and change this to a karaoke, which embarrassingly I don't really remember how to spell karaoke, so I'm gonna hope that's correct, but you can let me know how close I am. This looks very much like a South Korean karaoke lounge. Let me know if you agree with me. Alright. That's fine. And what I'd like to do eventually is, because this really seems to, this beginning portion here is really just to make money and not run out and get into insufficient funds. I'd like to get as close to this lake as possible. I feel like this would be primary real estate. The only problem we will run into is it's also going to play as a way to get rid of our raw sewage, unfortunately. Let's see how that has affected the water. Luckily, the city isn't producing a larger amount of sewage. You can see it's only 10,000, so that's almost a, we'll say, maybe an 11th of this facility's capacity. But what'll happen over time is, once it gets closer and closer, oh, it looks like I'm mistaken there. It's closer to, say, 20%. But what'll happen over time is, this will, once this reaches a higher percentage, say, you know, 80%, so we'll say 45,000, the water around it, you'll see it's starting to have an effect now. Will start to turn red, as in the water's getting polluted from all the sewage. That can really affect the quality of life there. And it looks like we're actually right up to as much power as we can handle. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to have to spring for a coal plant. Because if we buy enough of these, then it's going to end up being more than the coal plant. And I hate to waste, but I think it's a necessary evil at this point in the town's development. So let's go ahead and build this. This looks like a nice spot for it right here. And you'll see that costs quite a bit of money. I'm sure that's going to be a hit. Now let's go ahead and compare the upkeep as well. So looks like this is 560 to upkeep versus the windmills, $80. So by that notion, we can have about 7 windmills until we run into an issue, which actually almost seems like it's more worth having the coal plant. Now, I do know the drawback of this windmill is they are very noisy, as indicated by this range here. See this red circle around it. So that could be a reason to go with the coal plant, but coal plant also emits quite a bit of noise, actually the same radius. So I'm actually quite perplexed now at this point why one would choose coal over wind. You see the 40 watts there. I suppose if you didn't have, well, for lack of a better word, high winds, this wattage could drop over time, and I have had that happen in my prior city that I built. So that could be a good reason to spring for a wind turbine, but we'll just have to move on from that, because we will get some money back by refunding our power plant, but we won't get all of it back. So even though I may have made the wrong decision there, it will at least power Westdale for now. Okay. Let's go ahead and looks like things are doing pretty well here. We're gonna stick to the dirt road theme. I think it seems to be working just as well as normal roads would. So we're gonna keep that going as well. And that should be. Oh, looks like we made a population milestone. And as you can see there now, we can adjust the taxes. So I think that's actually it's going to be a good stopping point for today. So we will pick up right where we left off in the next episode here. So I hope whoever ends up watching this enjoys what they've seen. This is my first video, so please let me know if I can be louder, quieter, if there's noises you didn't like, if there's any way that I can improve this. Would always like to know that. So thank you very much.